Well, hello again. Good to see you today. Today I'm going to take a look at how staking works in the hard and soft bot. Now, if you're familiar with hard and soft staking as a standalone thing in either Excel or the cloud version, you'll be familiar with this already. But if the bot is new to you, the staking plan is new to you, this may help to explain some things. So the staking plan itself is fairly straightforward, and I'll take a look at how that works in a moment. But first, just have a look over here in the bot. And this is the hard and soft bot here. There's multiple tabs to set up multiple strategies. I've been doing a strategy in back 1, 2, and 3. Back 2 and back 3, as you can see, they need a little bit more work. I had done a bit of revision on those, but they need a little bit more revision. So back 1, however, is looking pretty good, and that's a third favourite to place strategy. Now, just for simplicity here, so it's easier to follow those results, I've been doing back 1 in tabs 1, 2, 3, back 2 in tabs 4, 5, 6, and back 3 in tabs 7, 8, 9. That just makes it much easier for me to just have that one strategy's set results in these tabs, so I can very quickly and easily show you how they've been progressing. Makes it much easier to follow. Now, there's no reason why you have to do that. You can just use all of the tabs for all of the strategies, or a couple tabs for some of the strategies, whatever you want. I've just been, especially while I've been testing things, it's easier to see at a glance if I keep them separated into different tabs. Not necessary, but it's helpful. Now, so we'll have a look at the back 1 here and see how things have been going, and I'll show you the staking and how that works. Back to the bot for a moment though, and what I've got set here is the loss prioritization mode. So there's 3 different modes here for choosing which tab gets the bet. Now, I like the loss prioritization because the way it works is that of the available tabs for a strategy, it will select the tab that is currently at the lowest balance. So whichever tab is most in need of a win, basically. This helps with the hard and soft staking in particular, because often you are in a position where you're just trying to get a few winners in a row, and having the tab that's just in need of those winners will get you to that position where you're getting those winners in a row into that tab. I think that works in the best way. The other options here, Mexican Wave will move from tab 1 to tab 2 to tab 3 to tab 4 to tab 5. The bets will just get placed along whichever tabs you have. So in this case I have tabs 1, 2, 3 enabled, so the bets would go tab 1, tab 2, tab 3, tab 1, tab 2, tab 3, tab 1, tab 2, tab 3, just around in a circle. That could work. That could work as well. I'm not particularly fond of that for this particular staking plan, but it could work. And auto mode will just pick the lowest numbered tab of the available tabs you have. So in that case, tab 1 would get most of the bets. If it's busy, tab 2 would get the bet. If tab 1 and 2 are busy, then tab 3 would get the bet. I prefer the loss prioritization mode. Now, let's have a look in the tab in a moment, but first just a quick recap of how the staking plan works. So we set a base stake, and after each win we increase the stake by whatever that base stake was. So in this case I've been using 10 cents as the base stake. After a win we go to 20 cents. And we keep increasing our staking by that amount after each win until we exceed our hard target. Now, what are the targets? Well, when we start our series, we start with a soft target, that is wherever we're currently at. So at the start of this, with a profit and loss of 0, your soft target will be to exceed that level. Once you've exceeded that soft target, we set a hard target of wherever we are now. So if we suppose we had a soft target at 0, we get to say 15 cents profit, we set a hard target there. Once we exceed that, then we go and reset everything. We reset our staking and we set a new soft target at wherever we are up to after that. The exception to this is if we get to bet level 5. So if we're 5 times our original stake, then we set our hard target to whatever our soft target was set at. This helps to guard against running away with our staking too much, because we're just looking to get a profit, not necessarily the higher profit. It helps to protect our stake, our bank a little bit by not endlessly chasing a target that might be up here. We'll just settle for one that's, say, here, and that way we're not endlessly going to higher and higher stakes to get to something here, when we could just get to a profit here and then reset and go from there. So in the bot, let's have a look. We go to tab 1, for example. This has had most of the activity for the back 1 strategy. I'll go right back to the start here. So we started a profit of 0. And if we have a look here, our first bet, 10 cents, it was a winner, and it actually made 10 cents. Now, you might look at this and say $2.06 as the price. That shouldn't actually be a 10-cent profit. That should be slightly more. Well, perhaps, but taking into account commission here. So I've got commission set at 8%, which for Australia and New Zealand is about right. This strategy is also looking at the UK, where commission is 5%, but I'm just taking into account the higher commission for Australia and New Zealand, so 8%. So we made 10 cents. So here, that's got us to 10 cents. We set a hard target now at 10 cents. So we're looking to exceed that. So our staking goes up to 20 cents and we have some losses. Then we have a win, and that gets us to minus 24 cents position. So we're still looking to get to a hard target exceeding the 10 cent mark. Our next bet here goes to 30 cents, and we had another win. That gets us to a 13% overall profit. So we've made our hard target, so we reset our staking, and we set a new soft target here at this 13% mark. So our next bet, we've reset our staking to 10 cents. It's a loss, so we're down at 3 cents. The next one, again 10 cents. Our stake is a win, gets us to a 15 cent position, so our hard target gets set here. And we go to our next stake level, which is 20 cents, and we have another win, which gets us to 42 cents. We've met our hard target, so once again we reset. So this goes on for a while. The little bit of an interruption here. You might notice that up here things don't quite flow accordingly. I actually end up back down here at 10 cents. That's because I had the stop loss on this set a little bit too tight by mistake. So it actually had I had it set at 5 losses and reset. Well, that's obviously too tight for this setting, this system. That was a mistake, so hence it reset there. What I'll do, I'll just move on a little bit to here. So at this point, it made a hard target, got to 99 cents, made a hard target, and reset. So this next series started with a soft target at 99 cents, and it made it there, but the target is actually to exceed, not to equal. So it continues on to here. At 30 cents, we've eventually made it to $1.15. So our soft target's been exceeded. Our hard target is now set to exceed this $1.15. However, in this case, it goes against us a little way for a bit. We end up at making a win here at 40 cent stake, but we're only up to a minus 198 position. So in that case, our hard target gets reset. We now only need to exceed the original 99 cent position. So it carries on for a while. We have some wins, some losses, and you can see the staking increases whenever we have a win. It does end up down a little bit along the way. So staking does increase a little bit, but it recovers. And eventually here at the 190 stake, we make a profit there of 116. Our profit gets to 116, which of course meets that the exceed 99 cents that we had. In actual fact, it would also have exceeded the 115 hard target if we'd just left that run. So occasionally you'll find that even though we reset that hard target to wherever we had our soft target earlier, often we will end up exceeding that original hard target anyway, but not always. In this case it would have just, but sometimes it doesn't, so sometimes it is better to just take that smaller profit and then move on. So you can see staking reset there. So our 116 would have been our new soft target, and indeed on the second bet it got there. So hard target set at 117. The next bet, another win. So it made $1.37, and it sets the new soft target there and resets staking. And in that case, it has another little run against. And in fact, we get to our 50 cents. So in this case, we never actually set a hard target in here. We get to our 50-cent staking anyway, so we set our hard target anyway. Even though we haven't set a hard target yet, we've reached the 5 times stake, so we will set a hard target here. In this case, our hard target would be set to exceed where we started at $1.37. Not quite on that bet, very close. A little run against again. A few wins along the way, and then eventually here we exceed it quite nicely. So a couple wins in a row here have done us quite nicely, and we've got to $2.59 profit at that point in time, off 10-cent staking, which is pretty nice. 10-cent original stake anyway. So you can see how that flows through the tabs here, through the bets here. You can see how that staking goes. If we have a quick look here at tab 2, tab 2 is up to $2.70, tab 3 is at $2.68. So, as I was saying earlier, with the loss prioritization mode, the bot will pick whichever tab is at the lowest position at the time. Now, at the moment, tab 1 it's at $2.18, so it will get the next bet. However, let's suppose we get a bet on in tab 1, but it's busy doing that when the bot sees another race that's eligible to have a bet placed based on our settings. In that case, it will look at the remaining 2 tabs that we've got enabled for this strategy, and it will say, well, tab 2 is at $2.70, tab 3 is at $2.68, so tab 3 would get the next bet if tab 1 is busy on a bet. And it'll just continue in that manner. So with the loss prioritization mode, it takes away some of the intricacies of trying to manage tabs, because often if you're chasing targets or you're setting targets, often what you'll have is when you're in auto mode with, say, tab 1 getting most of the bets, you may find that tab 2 or maybe tab 3 picks up a few bets but doesn't really get anywhere. Tab 1 gets somewhere, you end up closing it off at a particular level, and then you've got tab 2 and tab 3. You've got a bit of management to do there. Loss prioritization mode means you don't have to do as much active management of the tabs, because you've always got the bet going into whichever tab is most needing it. So you're never really having to worry too much about, well, this tab's way up here, and this tab's down here, and this one's down here, and there's this other tab that's over here. You can just let the bot manage it, and that tends to work quite well, especially with hard and soft staking. So that's a quick look at how staking works in hard and soft staking in the hard and soft staking bot. And I hope that helps to explain things for you.